The story of the American dream is often told through the lens of those who stand center stage under the blinding heat of the spotlight. Yet the most profound shifts in culture, commerce, and civil rights are often orchestrated from the shadows by those who refuse the microphone but command the room. Clarence Alexander Avant was the definitive architect of such shifts. Born on February 25, 1931, in the tiny, segregated town of Climax, North Carolina, Avant's journey from a one-room schoolhouse to the corridors of the White House is not just a biography, it is a masterclass in the art of the deal and the power of unapologetic Black excellence. Seeds of Resilience, the North Carolina Years. Clarence's childhood was shaped by the harsh realities of the Jim Crow South. One of 8 children, he grew up in a world where the boundaries for a Black man were clearly defined and violently enforced. However, Clarence possessed a temperament that refused to be contained. Even as a young boy, he displayed a sharp, observant mind and a low tolerance for injustice. A pivotal moment in his youth occurred when he stood up to a local bully, his own stepfather, by reportedly attempting to poison him to protect his mother. This early flash of fearlessness signaled a man who would never back down from a fight, regardless of the odds. Realizing that North Carolina offered no future for a man of his ambition, he moved to New Jersey as a teenager, carrying nothing but a relentless drive and an uncanny ability to read people. In the 1950s, Avant found his footing in the jazz clubs of Newark and New York City. It was here that he met his mentor, Joe Glazer, the legendary manager of Louis Armstrong and a man with alleged ties to the underworld. Under Glazer's wing, Clarence learned the business of show business. He didn't just learn how to book shows, he learned the language of power. He realized that while Black artists were the soul of the industry, they were often being robbed of the profits. Avant decided he wouldn't be the one playing the instrument, he would be the one owning the masters. He began managing jazz greats like Sarah Vaughan and Jimmy Smith, gaining a reputation as a negotiator who was both terrifyingly blunt and fiercely loyal. Building the empire, Los Angeles and Sussex Records. By the late 1960s, Avant moved to Los Angeles, the epicenter of the entertainment world. In 1969, he founded Sussex Records, a move that defied the industry standards of the time. It was through Sussex that Clarence discovered a Navy veteran named Bill Withers. While others saw a manual laborer with a guitar, Clarence heard the voice of a generation. He pushed Withers into the studio, resulting in timeless classics like Ain't No Sunshine and Lean on Me. When the music industry tried to pigeonhole Withers, Avant stood as a shield, ensuring the artist was paid what he was worth. His philosophy was simple: if you don't ask for the big number, you'll never get it. The Black Godfather, influence beyond music. As the 1970s and 80s progressed, Clarence's influence transitioned from manager to mogul. He became the bridge between the street and the boardroom. When Hank Aaron was on the verge of breaking the home run record, he faced horrific racism and lacked the endorsement deals his white counterparts enjoyed. Clarence stepped in, securing a massive deal for Aaron with Coca-Cola, effectively changing the landscape of sports marketing for Black athletes. His nickname, the Black Godfather, was earned through his role as the ultimate problem solver. If a young Black executive was being passed over for a promotion, they called Clarence. If a politician needed to connect with the Black community, they called Clarence. He was instrumental in the career of Quincy Jones, advising him on how to navigate the white-dominated film scoring industry. He mentored Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, the production duo that defined the sound of the 80s and 90s. Clarence didn't want a seat at the table, he wanted to own the carpentry shop that made the tables. Political power and global impact. Clarence Alexander understood that true power was legislative. He became a kingmaker in the Democratic Party, advising everyone from Andrew Young to Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. He was a master of the quiet fundraiser, bringing together the wealthiest figures in Hollywood to support candidates who would advance the cause of civil rights. He didn't care for titles or government positions, he cared about results. When a young senator named Barack Obama was considering a run for the presidency, it was Clarence Avant's early support and networking that helped provide the necessary momentum within the African-American elite. The Michael Jackson era and taboo records. In the 1980s, Avant's stature was such that even the biggest stars in the world sought his counsel. He served as a promoter for Michael Jackson's Bad World Tour, the singer's first solo outing. Clarence ensured that the infrastructure of the tour reflected the greatness of the artist. Simultaneously, he founded Taboo Records, launching the careers of the SOS Band and Alexander O'Neal. His office became a legendary green room where the most powerful people in the world would wait for hours just for 15 minutes of his unfiltered, often profanity-laced, but always brilliant advice. A life of service and a quiet departure. In his later years, Clarence was celebrated with every honor the industry could bestow, including a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. However, his life was touched by profound tragedy in 2021 when his beloved wife of over 50 years, Jacqueline Avant, was killed during a home robbery. The dignity and grace Clarence showed during this period were a testament to the strength of his character. He continued to mentor and guide until his final days, passing away peacefully on August 13, 2023, at the age of 92. The enduring legacy. Clarence Avant's life was a testament to the power of connection. He proved that excellence is not just about individual achievement, but about how many people you can pull up with you. He died having fundamentally changed the music, sports, and political landscapes of America. He was the man who moved in silence so that others could be heard. He didn't just witness history, he sat down with a pen and a cigar and wrote it himself. The final years of Clarence Avant's life were a reflection of the quiet dignity he had maintained throughout a near century of influence. Even as he aged, the man known as the Black Godfather never truly retired. He simply transitioned into the role of a sage. His home in Beverly Hills remained a mandatory stop for anyone seeking to navigate the intersection of culture and power. From rising hip-hop moguls to presidential candidates, the path to success still ran through Clarence's living room. He remained the ultimate bridge, connecting the struggles of the civil rights era to the digital boom of the 21st century. However, the twilight of his life was marked by a profound and public tragedy. In December 2021, his wife of over 50 years, Jacqueline Avant, was senselessly killed during a home invasion. The world mourned with him, recognizing that Jackie had been the grace to his grit, the steady hand behind the man who moved mountains. Despite the unimaginable grief, Clarence exhibited the same stoicism that had defined his career. He did not retreat into bitterness. Instead, he allowed the global outpouring of love to serve as a testament to the family he had built and the lives he had touched.